Not enough. Aces hold.
That was up.
And that's a big double up for David Tye. Were you surprised?
Well, not really. I mean, he's come back from such a short stack, and he figures that Simon Ian is going to raise into his big blind with just about any two cards, and he made the right decision.
David Tye is chip leader now. He's put his glasses back on like Popeye with the spinach, sending out a message. Bet he feels he can win it now. It's amazing how your confidence levels can change so quickly, up and down. Final table, adrenaline flooding.
Raise to 8,000, re-raise all.
Quick re-raise here by Barney Boatman, and he's got the goods. Ace Queen.
25 altogether.
25.
Now this is a bit different to the hand against Simon Ian. It's a 17,000 re-raise. Would really damage his stack.
This is the kind of thing that Barney has been doing to David Tye all night long. Earlier, when there was 5 players left,
Getting good money unless you've got an overpair.
I think Tye was just saying there that he believes his cards are live, and unless Barney has an overpair, he feels like he's getting the price. But
This would be a gutsy call. Well, he's working out he's got 26,000 left if he loses, which is just under average. He's called! What a gutsy call!
Barney all in. Showdown.
Well, sometimes fortune favours the brave, and it could be David Tye's night. Is he about to knock out Barney Boatman?
and there's a queen!
It's a great flop, but we don't want to see a jack on the turn. Well, Barney Boatman would be gutted.
A check would make a straight.
David Tye with a jack to take out Barney.
No change.
3.
Just a jack.
River
4
card.
cards and the deck, or Barney Boatman goes chip leader.
Ace and ace. And Barney, that was up.
Awesome.
Big,
20,
big
25.
double up.
Yeah, I'm going to check it.
Simon, can you fault David Tye for the call? It was courageous, and he's still in it.
It was courageous, and he knew he still had enough chips to fight back, and he's still second chip leader. That's probably something that he took into consideration. But Barney Boatman has gone from third to first. He's our new chip leader, and he's got exactly 50% of the chips in play.
Welcome back to the seesaw battle, three-handed at the Late Night Poker Masters final table between the internet qualifiers Simon Ian, David Tye, and pro Barney Boatman.
Pass. Raise.
Ooh. Barney
Re-raise
raised, re-raised from Simon Ian. I can't imagine
Call.
that Barney can lay it down, and Ian has got the Cowboys.
Simon's all in on this.
The raise was so big, Simon, that the re-raise from Ian was a virtual nothing.
Flop comes 7.
Oh, that's
9,
very dangerous.
kings.
3 kings for Ian, but a 6 or
kings for
jack
Simon. Open and it's
would take him
straight
out.
draw.
What
Six.
an incredible hand this would be to end Simon Ian's tournament. If Barney Boatman can hit a 6 or a jack.
The board pairing
5.
would end it. It hasn't happened. And
Let's see the
Boatman
river
still
card.
has the same 8 outs.
No,
Got a 5.
Simon
Full
Ian
house
has made a
Simon.
full house. Barney Boatman, well, an aggressive play by him. Heads up, nothing wrong with that. Unlucky to walk into kings. Pot committed, had to make the call. But he was chip leader, and he's still very much in the game.
Still 3 here at the Late Night Poker Masters final table.
Well, he's all in again on the button.
Raise all in. All in.
Wow.
Re-raise all in.
Boatman must be in trouble. It's Simon
Barney
Ian's
on in
favorite
now.
hand.
I nearly didn't do it that time. I think this is it, pal.
He took Boatman
Barney
down
is
with this
king,
earlier.
10.
That was the key hand last time for Simon Ian. He had ace-9 of diamonds when Barney Boatman had pocket 8s, and he flopped the 9. Instead of flat calling, this time he pushed all in to get it heads up.
Let's see the flop.
King or a 10 for Barney Boatman.
Ian has got 26,500 back. Boatman needs help.
Flop comes deuce.
He hasn't
4,
got it
8.
yet. What a ride Barney
Simon
Boatman
in
has
front,
had, and he's down to
6
6
high.
out, Simon.
Barney needs
Yep.
a king or a 10.
And there's no straight draws out there.
10 card.
Nothing possible on the turn, I don't think.
This is 7.
No help. King or a
Barney
10
needs a king
or
or a
Barney
10 to
Boatman
stay
is
in
our
front.
third place finisher.
It's in the lap of the
Last
gods
card.
for Boatman right now.
It's the queen.
Oh, so close, but it's not enough. Simon Ioner, he went from first to last and back to first. Barney Boatman, fantastic, played out of his skin tonight. The key hand, the massive call with the ace-10, but he is our third place finisher.
I've got mixed feelings, to be honest, because I'm really, really delighted with the way that I played in the heat and the final. I went for several hours today without any kind of hand, and the only reason I survived in the tournament is that most of the time I felt I had a near perfect read on Simon, and I knew when to steal from him almost infallibly. They're both great players, and what a tribute to the strength of the field, the amateur field, so-called amateur field. You know, they've come through a huge number of players on the internet. They've come through a very grueling tournament of a very high standard. They've entered another tournament with some of the top pros in the world, supposedly, plus me, and they've seen us all off, you know, and that's fantastic for them, and whichever one of them wins really deserves it.
It's been in the back of their minds since this final table began. That $150,000 cash laid out in bricks, as they are called in poker parlance, of $10,000 each. And here it is now. David Tye, Simon Ioner, playing for the money,
Call.
the title, the trophy. Ioner's got the slightly better hand, but not now.
Check. Check.
Check, yeah, good check there by David Tye.
Nice trap play. Something a bit different than we've seen from Tye tonight.
Bet 6,000.
And he's not going to believe that Ian has an ace.
No chance, not when there wasn't a raise pre-flop when he flat called. Got to figure his queen's good.
Call.
Just called here, hoping that Simon Ioner's going to bluff again.
Ian is drawing dead to a king.
He's played his man perfectly here, David Tye.
He really has. And if he was in kicker trouble with the queen, Simon, that deuce
Bet a lot.
made the ace play.
Well, he's only got 14,000 left, Jesse. I don't see how he can get away from it. He's got to figure his queen's good.
Does he think maybe Ian made 3 deuces?
Second pair, huge heads up when there hasn't been a pre-flop raise.
Wow. If David Tye folds here, that 14,000 will seem like...
Call.
Milky Pansy's called!
So David all in. Simon shows king 4.
David Tye replayed the hand in his head. He thought to myself, Simon Ioner's got such a big chip lead. Why would he allow me a free flop if he had an ace? When I limped in, he would have raised me pre-flop, and that's what he finally worked out. Made a great call there.
They're going to have a countdown here. There's almost nothing between them right now. Lines going by 54-46. It's really anyone's game now.
It certainly is, Jesse. Blinds 153,000. It'd be hard to get a re-raise and an all-in here now. These guys have got enough chips to play.
Now, Simon, you played David Tye head up in the heat.
Cool.
What was the best strategy against him?
Play as many flops as possible.
Well, that's what Ian is doing right here. 6,000 in there. Ace on board, but it's an unraised
Check.
pot.
Bet 3,000.
Ooh,
Wow.
David Tye's trapping. Has he gotten trapped himself?
Well, here we go again. If he doesn't believe that Simon Ioner's got an ace because he didn't raise pre-flop, he's got to figure his kings are good.
Raise it to 9. Raise to 9,000. Call. Call.
Oh, he's just called.
Ian has every right to think he is the best